Hi, my name is Anna Scott, and I have the privilege of introducing Liz Saeed. The first time I really got to know Liz was last year in our English class. Liz, Journey, and I were assigned to program a robot to act out a scene from the Canterbury Tales. While I assumed the assignment would be quite easy, I quickly learned that it would be almost impossible because the robot did the exact opposite of everything we programmed it to do. While I sat on the floor of the hallway on the verge of a mental breakdown, Liz took charge and was determined to figure it out. In that moment, I realized that Liz is a natural-born leader. Whether it's in mock trial, Model UN, or YIG, she is not afraid to use her voice. If her obsession with memes, contagiously loud laugh, and vicious dance moves are not enough for you to fall in love with her, I can assure you that what she has to say today will blow you away. So give it up for the beautiful and courageous Elise Saeed.
The universe lies in front of me, a broad expanse of space holding my life in its palms, yet I don't know. I don't know who I am, what I want, where I see myself in 5 years. I don't know anything. Now, I know this is the worst possible time for me to not know. College is a mere blink away, and decisions lie in front of me, waiting to be made. Life is waiting for me to make my move, yet I can't. How am I to move forward when I've spent so long struggling to find myself? As a child, I played the game of life. The big dreamer within me was enchanted by the idea of living out my future in wildest fantasies. Being the lackadaisical child I was, I happily spun and hopped my way to success and riches. Yet, as I grow older and the future is no longer a hazy figure in the distance, but getting closer and closer, I realized life is not so simple. I've struggled with my identity, my desires, my goals, my aspirations, my basic needs. People tripped over my name, so I changed it to accommodate them. My real name being Elise, many unfortunate slips of the tongue and tangled mispronunciations drove needles into my heart, leading me to drop letters to consolidate the pain I felt inside. Like trends, certain hobbies and activities of mine went out of fashion, and I stopped pursuing them. I sought to define myself through BuzzFeed quizzes or other people's opinions of me. I believed that by choosing my favorite movies or whether I preferred pizza over barbecue would help me figure out what city I belonged in or what my best trait was. I believed that in life, I was the lost child in a grocery store, hopelessly searching, but never finding their origin or their purpose. This led me into a dark age of my own, an existential pit of despair. I deemed that without a true purpose or substantial path for myself in life, I was unworthy of living. How was I to reap the benefits that this life provided for me if I had no clear plan of how to do so? I was Atlas, feeling the burden of the world grow heavier on my shoulders. In my suffering, I neglected those around me, causing far more pain than those I loved deserved bearing. Yet, I realized that in my eagerness to sort out the future, I'd forgotten to live the life that I have. I don't play the game of life anymore, as I figured out that life is not as perfect as we may deem it to be. Instead, life is unexpected, life is cruel, and life is unable to be neatly sorted into our planners. I don't particularly know what I want in life, but I know what I want out of it, and that is true happiness, true elation. I know that there will be times I cry, I suffer, and I bleed, but there will also be times in which I am truly content with my place in this world. Life is far too short for me to be stuck in my dark ages for all of my existence. Like Odysseus, I desire to drink life to the lees and make the unexpected out of over-expected moments in the calendar of my life. I know there have been adventures I have missed, but there are far more adventures in my path waiting for me. I know that there's so much more that I want to see, want to experience, want to embrace, and there will never be enough, always more. Those who roamed the earth before all of us merely ate, drank, and survived. No compass guiding them, no path paving their way. The most primitive of man was not put on this earth with a true purpose. So who are we to decide for ourselves? So, if I have one thing to let stir inside your heart, let it be this. It is okay to not know who you are, but remember that you exist. Rather than knowing what exactly you want in life, strive to make yourself happy. And if happiness finds its way to you, surely other opportunities and experiences will, fulfilling you and shaping you along with them. As human beings, we will take the good with the bad, crumble under burdensome moments, but thrive in blissful ones. In the words of Alfred Lord Tennyson, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. So, the universe lies in front of me, a broad expanse of space holding my life in its palms, and I don't know anything, but that's all right with me. Thank you.